What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Recap of yesterday. We ended up yesterday with a 5-1 day with a hook to ruin our sweep of the free picks. So taking a look at the free picks, obviously we had our man Brunson points. Brunson dropped 30 bomb. He cashed us out. We had Jaren Jackson Jr. points, who dropped over 20 and also cashed us out. We had Jamal Murray points. I know we had a lot of points props. Jamal Murray cashed us out pretty easily. Then we had Zubat over PRA. We had him over 29.5. We balled him down. He ended with 29. Sucks for that hook. We also had the money lines. We had Knicks and Clippers money line. Both teams won. Telling you guys, I've had a lot of messages telling me I'm sleeping on the Knicks for the most part. Same thing for the Timberwolves, but I think the Knicks are going to win, so I'm just throwing it out there. I think Detroit's a good team. They played really good this season, but I think Knicks are winning the series. I don't think it's a fluke that they won game one. I don't think it's a fluke that they won yesterday or last night, so that's just my opinion. But anyways, guys, 5-1 yesterday on the free picks. We can't complain. I've got 4 more NBA plays, or 5 more NBA plays, as well as 2 baseball plays for today's picks. So if you guys want to get all those, make sure you stick around to the end. Showing some of our wins yesterday. We had a good day yesterday. So we cashed this one. Morant was a void. Morant got hurt, which ruined the Grizzlies. I will say, the Grizzlies almost had OKC last night, and Morant got hurt. They were up by 20 on OKC at one point. And that was their only chance, I think, to get a dub. So OKC beat them when they didn't have Morant. Like, if Morant doesn't come back for any other games, it's obviously over, in my opinion. But they did keep it close. That game right there, or that slip right there, cashed. We cashed Kawhi and Murray over here on Sleeper. We cashed DeGrom and Capra over here on Sleeper as well. Had Harden and Jokic. We had Cade Cunningham and Joker. This was a little $10 max play they had on Parlay play. We smashed Parlay play yesterday. Cashed this one, another $10 max they had. We cashed Harden and SGA over on Parlay play as well, 75 for 160. Then we cashed this little 3X over here for baseball on Parlay play with Anderson and Marquez for the Rockies, 75 to win 202. So if you guys do want to get all of our plays, link to our WAP is down in the description. You guys know what to do. $10 a week, $25 a month. You can get every single play that we post. It's obviously less than $1 a day to join. You can get a free month sign up for any partnered app. Chalkboard, Sleeper, Better, Underdog, Parlay Play, NOVIG, or Dabble. Any of those 7 apps will get you a free month of our VIP. We'd love to have you guys in the community. If you want to join the Discord for free, there is a free Discord link down below as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm picking a winner for a free month of VIP from yesterday's comments. If this video gets 250 likes, I will pick another random comment down below to win a free month. So smash the like button, drop a comment. You got to be subscribed to win, and let's pick our winner from yesterday. So winner is going to be Leah J Official. I think that's how I say that, but it says pin. So Leah J Official, send me a message on Discord. I'll get you, or I think it's Lee AJ Official. I'm so sorry, I just called you Leah if your name's Lee AJ. So I'm just gonna say AJ. AJ Official, send me a message on Discord. I'll get you added. I apologize for that, but anyways, I do appreciate the love and support from everybody. So let's start off this video by talking about our money line. So we got 3 games tonight. We got the Celtics and the Magic game 3. We got the Pacers and the Bucks game 3, and then we got the Lakers and the T-Wolves game 3. All these games have swapped. The Magic are playing at home. Bucks are playing at home. T-Wolves are playing at home. Does this change things tonight? Let's take a look. So the first game we have is the Celtics and the Magic. Now, I'm going to click this, match details. And you can do this with OUTLIER Pro. If you guys want to try OUTLIER for free, 7-day free trial link is down in the description. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to click injury news. So looking at the Celtics, they have Holiday and Tatum, both game time decision. Tatum sat the last one. They did end up winning the last game as well. I think if the Magic are going to win a game, I think this is going to be their chance. The Magic's first game at home. If Drew Holiday and Tatum both sit, Magic money line, I think is a good play. Plus 176, not bad odds at all on that. I will probably play it for the free picks. And if I was going to play the smartest bet, I would probably take the Magic spread. And I would buy this to about 6.5 or 7.5. 7.5 is what I would aim for, around minus 150, minus 160 odds for the most part. I'm assuming that's what it's at. It may be a little more than that, maybe a little less, but probably minus 150, minus 160 at Orlando plus 7.5. That's what I would roll with. That's what I'm going to put for the free picks. I'm going to take that spread. But I think Magic money line could be the play tonight if they're going to win a game, I think this is going to be their chance. So anyways, that's going to be the pick game one. Looking at the public betting, majority of the money and the bets are on the Celtics, 85% to be exact. Looking at the spread, majority of people have the Celtics winning based off the spread as well. And then they're taking the over-under. The over on this game, over 197.5 is another play. So totally up to you guys what you want to do. I'm against the crowd on this one personally. I think the Magic are a good team, and I mean, obviously they're not as Celtics, but I do think that if Holiday and Tatum sit, this game could be a lot closer than the way these public bets are looking. But anyways, that's my opinion of game one. Jumping into game two. Game two, we got the Pacers and the Bucks. I've called the Bucks to win the first two. They've got smacked the first two. The Bucks are playing at home. The Bucks are minus 198 favorites. This is a big difference right now. Do I trust the Bucks? No. I'm just going to tell you guys, I'm fading this game. I will not take the Bucks. The Bucks have let me down twice. They got Dame back. I do think they're going to win. Tonight, minus 198 at home. I think they got this, but we'll see what happens. The Pacers have hurt my bank account twice already, so we're not going to do it again. Looking at public betting, majority of the money and the bets are on the Bucks. Spread, majority of the money's on the Bucks to cover the 5.5 spread, but majority of the bets, or 53% of the bets, are on the Pacers to cover the spread. Over under, looks like most of the money's on the over on this play. So if you guys want to play either of those with the crowd, you can look at what you're looking at right here. But regardless, I'll be fading this one personally, and I do think the Bucks are going to win actually. But totally up to you guys. Obviously, I'm not going to call every game correctly. I did well last night. Got lucky with the Knicks. It was really, really close. But I do like the Bucks in this situation. So that's going to be our second play. And then jumping over to our third, the final game. We got the Lakers and the Timberwolves. My favorite game on the series. Is close. Both 1-1 right now. The Minnesota Timberwolves will be playing in Minnesota tonight. It's or a home game for them, I mean. But I still like the Lakers. My pick on this one's going to be Lakers money line. You got plus 140 odds for the Lakers. I think that's a good play. I know this is tough. The Lakers got killed their first game. They got beat by like 20 the first game versus the T-Wolves, but they did win the last game pretty efficiently, and I like them tonight. So I'm going to be locking in the Lakers money line even when they're not playing at home. Looking at majority of the bets, you have 62% of the bets for the Lakers to cover the money line, and then you have more of the money on the T-Wolves. Looking at the spread, more of the bets are on the Lakers, but 89% of the money is on Minnesota -3, which maybe that's a good play. Looking at the over-under, majority of the people have it on over. The last game went way under. It was like a 170-point game, so this 205 scares me. I'm probably going to fade any total on this one. Me personally, it'll either be Lakers plus 4.5 or 5, or the money line. I'll buy the spread up. I don't like the 3 number. I'll either buy the spread up if I'm going to take the spread, or I'm just going to take them at plus 140. So Lakers money line is going to be my play for the free pick. So recap of those: taking the Magic plus 7.5 spread, fading the Pacers game, Lakers money line or Lakers spread up to 5.5 is what I'm going to go with. So if you guys do want to tell those plays, jumping for our next plays, we will be jumping over to our player props. So I've got 3 player props. I got 1 prop from each game, and then I've got 2 MLB props if you guys want those as well. So jumping into our first play of the day is going to be from the Pacers. Well, no, it's not. It's going to be from the Magic and the Celtics. I'm going to do these in order. So we're going to do Celtics Magic play first. First pick, I'm going to be running it back with the man. It is going to be with our man Wagner. So I'm taking Franz Wagner. I'm taking him over 19.5 points. Yes, it's going to be a boosted play over on Parlay play. It's discounted. His original line is like 23.5 or 24.5, depending on which app you're playing on. 19.5 to me seems pretty safe. So he's cashed it 9 of his last 10. What am I doing? He has averaging 22 points a game over his last 10. His last 2 games for the playoffs, he's had 23 and 25 games versus Boston. Told you guys this is their chance to win. They're playing at home tonight. He's cashed it 3 straight versus Boston. I think he's going to cash it 4 straight tonight. 20 shouldn't be too hard. Looking at field goal attempts, he's averaging 17.7 versus Boston, but the first 3 were low. 17, 24, and 20 these last 3 games, which is over 20 field goal attempts per game on average. He just had 20. He shot 50% his last game. I expect him to have a good game tonight. I think he gets at least 20 tonight. Not much more to say about our man Wagner. We know Boston has a really good defense, second best defense in the league in terms of points allowed. Go to small forward is 4th, power forward is 8th, so it's a little bit better to the forward position, but not enough to make a difference. Now, I'm going to pull this on Props Madness. Take a look at the shooting chart. You got a red matchup under the rim, a green matchup in the paint, and then you got yellow everywhere else. Overall, we've already looked at this. We looked at it the last time they played, but I still like this play a lot. And I don't think they almost cancel out for the most part. It's a little worse than it is good, but regardless, Wagner getting 20 should be okay. I like to play 53% of similar players have cashed, and then 53% of the same position have cashed versus the Celtics and their point props. So that is going to be our first pick of the day for player props over from the Celtics and the Magic game. And I will pull this up on Props Madness, take a look, or Predictive Profits, I mean, take a look. So they have Franz projected to go under. They have projected at 23.5 points, which is over the line that we're taking. So obviously I like that still, and makes it safe for me to play my discounted line, which is another reason I like these discounts. Now, you can see 19.5, 1.34x if you do want to play it on Parlay Play. It is there. You can take them up to 21.5. Now, this is the discount you're getting. 21.5 is a 1.3x, whoa, 1.36x on majority of platforms. It's 1.34 for 19.5. So there's no reason to play the 21.5. It would just hurt you way more than it benefits you. If you want to take them for 23.5 points, obviously you're going to get a better payout there. But looking at this boosted play on Parlay Play, highly recommend you take advantage of it. Link for Parlay Plays down in the description. Code Fantasy Aces get you a free month of VIP and a deposit match if you want to try it out. But Franz Wagner, pick number 1 of the day. Let's jump into game 2. So game 2, we got the Pacers and the Bucks. I'm taking our man Halliburton. I think I played this as a free pick the last time they played. I don't know if I played RA or something else, but let me check. Was this a free pick? Doesn't look like I played this as a free pick the last one, so I will be playing it on this one. So it's going to be our man Tyrese Halliburton. I'm taking Halliburton over 14.5 rebounds and assists. So he's cashed it 5 of his last 10. He's cashed it 5 of his last 6 games. So I like this play a lot, man. He has been playmaking in terms of these assists and rebounds. He gets a lot of boards versus the Bucks. Looking at his last 6 games, 17, 17, 7, 18, 19, 17. So he's near 20 in 5 of his last 6 games. Dude has stepped it up head-to-head versus the Bucks. He's cashed his 10 of 17 games. If you look this season starts right here. So he cashed it 3 of 6 this game. He hooked it 1 game, but 3 of 6 on the season. If we hit here and we click away games, he's cashed it 5 of 6 away games. Starting here, he only has 1 of 2 this season. His only home game other than the playoffs game. He had 21 RA. So looking at the last 3, he's been killing it. I expect a similar performance tonight. I think he gets at least 10 assists. If you want to take his assists, you can. He's been killing the rebounds. Looking at head-to-head rebounds, he averages 5.5 boards per game versus Milwaukee. So if he hits his average, you only have to have 9 assists for this to cash. So I like the odds here on that. I think it's going to happen. I like Tyrese tonight over RA. And looking at Milwaukee's RA defense, 24th in the league in rebounds and 14th in assists. They give up a ton of rebounds, middle of the pack assists. Go to point guard, it goes all the way up to 29th and 21st. So bottom 2 defense and rebounds allowed, bottom 10 and assists allowed. It's going to be a good matchup in terms of that for our man Halliburton. He's killed it the first 3. Why not take him again on this one? I like the odds here, and I'll pull it up over here so you can see it should be a regular payout for Halliburton. 14.5, you actually have a 1.8x. So you can play these two together for a 2.4x payout. $100 is going to win you 240, 75 wins you 180 if you guys do want to lock these in over on Parlay Play. But can't pull it up on here because it's RA, but we'll pull it up on Predictive. Halliburton. I like to use multiple apps for research, as you guys can see. They haven't projected to go under. They haven't have him averaging 13. I don't agree with it. Maybe it's correct, but we'll see. I'm not going to follow these to a T. If they don't agree with what I say, I'm not going to change my mind just because one of the 3 platforms doesn't agree with what I think. So that's just my opinion. But I do like to check them just to see what they have it at. That way I can kind of, like tonight, if it goes under, I can see what they projected and what it actually was, and we can see how accurate the platform really is. But Halliburton, rebounds and assists, pick number 2 of the day. Jumping into our final NBA play, it's going to be from the Lakers and the T-Wolves. This is going to be a 1.5-ish X payout. It's going to be for a man Austin Reeves. So I'm taking Austin Reeves. I'm going to take his points line. His original line is 17.5. I bought it down to 16.5, so I bought it down by 1 point, and I'm locking this in. So he's cashed it 6 of his last 10. He's cashed it 80% of his last 20. Head-to-head, he's cashed it 4 of his last 9 versus Minnesota. Now, if you look at him on the season, before the playoffs, he had cashed it 2 of 3 games. The playoffs games, he has hooked it both times, 16 and 16 versus Minnesota. Looking at field goal attempts, he shot 13 and 14 shots. He shot 38%. Then he shot 50% his last game. He still went under. I think he's gonna come out here with a little bit higher shot volume tonight. I think he's gonna get 17 points. This one is slightly risky, but I do like it. And looking at him over his last 20, he's been averaging 16 attempts. So field goal attempts have obviously come down some. He's not shooting nearly as many shots, but 16 is still low for a man, Austin Reeves, especially when LeBron offensively hasn't been that dangerous. LeBron's struggling to get 20 points a game right now, which is not what I expected from playoff LeBron, but we'll see what happens. One of them is going to pop off, I think. It's either going to be Reeves or LeBron going to have a good game, and I'm going to lock it in with Reeves to get at least 17. Maybe both of them pop off. We'll see. But Minnesota, obviously 5th best points defense in the league. Go to shooting guard is 9th, point guard is 3rd, so it doesn't get much better to the guard position. Overall, though, they don't give up a lot of points. Pulling up on Props Madness. We'll see what the shooting chart looks like. So 4-man Austin Reeves. Got yellow everywhere. Then you got a 43% orange matchup in the 3-point line. So obviously this doesn't look good for AR. It's not horrible, but it's not good either. If you look at hit rates for similar players, 47% have cashed. If you go by position, 47% of guards have cashed their point line versus Minnesota, with 2 of them being our man AR. So regardless, I like to play. I'm going to lock it in. We'll see what Predictive says. Predictive has Reeves projected to go over, actually. Haven't projected at 20. I kind of figured they'd have him projected to go under, but they haven't projected 20 points per game, or 20 points this game, and that would cash his original line as well if you guys want to lock it in there. But taking Reeves, like I said, 16.5. 16.5 is a 1.5x payout. You can lock it in. You play these 3 together, you got a 3.8x, so almost a 4x payout with 2 discounted lines. If you want to play them that way, you can. You can break them up into 2s if you want, round robin, whatever you want to do. I like all 3 of these plays a lot, and that's going to be our NBA plays for today. So jumping over to the next ones, the last 2 picks of the day will be for baseball. So we're jumping over to MLB. I've got 2 props that I like a lot. We can close out these other 2 apps, and we're just going to use OUTLIER for these. So first one's going to be for our man Senga. So I'm taking Kodai Senga, I think that's how you say his name. I'm taking him over 22.5 fantasy score. So it's on Sleeper. You can get him on Prizepicks as well. On Prizepicks and Underdog, I think it's a little bit higher. But so pitching win, you get 6. Earned runs -3. Strikeouts 3. A walk is -2. And okay, that's why. I don't think Prizepicks takes any away for walks. Walk is -2. An out is 1. Total bases, well, this is for batters, whatever. So everything looks about the same other than walks. So Kodai, you can take a look. Obviously averaging 17 outs per game. Look at K's. He's averaging right at 5 strikeouts per game. If you pull him up, the Mets. So he averages 8 strikeouts per 9 innings, which is less than a strikeout per inning pitcher. He's a 3-1 record this season with a .79 ERA versus Washington. Washington's not a very strong offensive team. There's no head-to-head matchup, which makes it better. Obviously, if a pitcher is seen by the batters more often, the batters are going to have a better chance versus the pitcher. So if a pitcher is unseen versus batters, then obviously the pitcher has the advantage in that matchup. So that helps for our man Senga as well. Everything looks good, man. 22.5 is not that high. We can bank on him to get probably 4 or 5 Ks at least, which is 4 or 5 fantasy points. He might walk a couple batters, which would be -4. So you're looking at we'll say he gets 4 Ks at 12, -4, and then he pitches 15 pitching outs. He would still cash. So everything looks good in my opinion versus Senga. I think the Mets are going to win as well. I think he pitches at least 5 innings. I think he gets a pitcher win. So that fantasy score looks really, really free to me. We'll see if it's the same over here in Parlay Play. Parlay Play scores the same as Prizepicks. So they do not have fantasy on here right now. But Senga, you can get on Sleeper. I'll show you guys a free slip if you want to lock it in. Right here, I did a boosted play, $75 to win 200. Senga, 22.5 fantasy, and then Yamamoto, 17.5 pitching outs. This is going to be our second play of the day. So let's pull Yamamoto up. 17.5 outs, over 17.5. He's cashed 4 of his last 10, which is ugly. If you look at him this season, he's cashed it 3 of 5. He's averaging 17.4 this season. His last 3 games, he's looked good though. His first 2, he had 15. He pitched right at 5 innings. Last 2, he had 97, 103, and 102 pitches. Pitched 7 innings versus Texas. He pitched 6 versus the Cubs, 6 versus Philly. 3 good hitting teams. They are playing against the Pirates tonight. The Pirates aren't as good as the Phillies or the Rangers. And I think our man Yamamoto has a good game tonight. Looking at him on the season, he has a 3-1 record. I think he's going to go 4-1 tonight. I think the Dodgers are going to win, and I think that He's going to pitch at least 5 innings, 0.93 ERA, which is amazing. Strikeouts per 90, getting way over a strikeout per inning. Dude's been smashing the strikeouts. And I just think Yamamoto has a good game tonight. I think he gets 6 innings. Lock him in. So that one should be available over here on Parlay Play. That strikeout line at 5.5, I like a lot too. But 17.5, 1.45x. Lock it in if you like it. Fade it if you don't. But those are our plays for today, guys. So obviously, we've got the Magic plus 7.5 spread if Tatum doesn't play. Obviously, that one should be obviously better for us if Tatum does play and Holiday plays. It could get a little bit ugly. That's the risk I'm willing to take. I got Lakers money line. I got Wagner over 19.5 points. Halliburton over 14.5 RA. Reeves over 16.5 points. Yamamoto over 17.5 outs. And then we have Senga over 22.5 fantasy points over on Sleeper. So lock them in if you like them. Fade them if you don't. Hope you cash all your slips. Hope we get you guys a sweep tonight. And make sure you guys join our Discord if you haven't already. See you in tomorrow's video.